Let's do it. Who else wants to waste their time on Netflix? This is by Phantom Strider, the top 6 worst Netflix cartoons. I spend a lot of time on Netflix. My nephew now is getting old enough to choose his own shows on Netflix, which he does shamelessly. I've probably seen some of these bad cartoons. They're awful. They're terrible. They're not fun. But we have a list of them. Sometimes family friendly does not mean good. But let's get into it, dude. This should be fucking fantastic, man. Now, some Netflix specials are really good. I mean, some of them are really, really good. But other Netflix specials just do not do it for me, man. Some of them are just kind of awful, to be quite frank with you. They're just not good. And what is that goddamn remake of that anime that they made into a show with Noragami? Death Note. They remade Death Note, and that was just... You know, I haven't even watched the first episode. Maybe we should do that first before we talk a lot of shit. But then they also host stuff from like Funimation. They hosted that anime I just finished showing some people called Death Frenzy, right? Like sometimes they host stuff like that, which is good. But let's get into this, man. Let's get into it. 6 worth Netflix cartoons, man.
Here we go. Right. It's high time we discover the most poorly conceived animated Netflix failures.
Okay.
Netflix has done so much good towards encouraging niche independent animations.
I mean, right now, at least for the animation style, these look fine,
like
right?
Amazon Prime.
Please remain calm.
But unfortunately, a great deal of really bad ideas came into existence as a result of this. We've got a new wave of horrible cartoons coming that aren't offensively bad, but are so cookie-cutter bland and by the books that you almost want the cartoon to offend you. So let's break right into the top 6
it's either bad
worst
or it's
Netflix
not, right?
cartoons. And as
I don't know if I
always,
care about
if you
bland.
do like these cartoons, I'm glad. It's just my silly personal opinion. And I'm
gonna
glad
cut that
you
part
can enjoy
out.
these cartoons when
Just
I
kidding.
can't. Anyway, on to the
Just kidding.
countdown.
I'm just kidding. I'm not gonna let them know it's not just your opinion. All right, VeggieTales in the house. Now VeggieTales was lit, bruh. Did y'all ever see that VeggieTales Moses movie? That shit was lit.
He's so cute. What kind of dog is he?
He's a Baruni Olive Hound. I named him Rooney.
But this
I don't
is
recognize
so
those voices at all. I'm sorry.
handling
My
and
girlfriend though can recognize
dim-witted
voices
that I
from
couldn't get
anything.
behind it. Even if there was a bit of a religious undertone, there was a timeless
There's
feel
undertones.
to the
They've made
original
complete
VeggieTales
religious
characters.
parodies
But
of
this
Bible
show's
stories
bland
for the
writing,
VeggieTales.
pop songs, and vapid dialogue seriously dated, and the songs just keep going.
Oh, I'm such a lucky ducky. I'm gonna get
And for number 5, Neo Yokio.
Yo, that's that
Seems
one
sports
that what's his face did, right? Will Smith. That's Will Smith's son. I don't know. If that anime's out already, we should check that out.
Personally, although I thought the ideas were innovative, I found the main character Kaz just so charmless and flatly delivered.
Sorry guys, but I can barely navigate the hellish vortex between breakfast and dinner.
Neo Yokio is interesting because presentation-wise it looks smart, sharply animated in traditional anime style.
Coco Chanel, may her memory be blessed!
I mean,
So the
it
overall
doesn't
feel of
strike
the
me
car-
as like a good voice actor. I wouldn't expect the voice acting in this to be good at all.
And is so
Like-
half-baked, soulless and non-directional that it's hard to enjoy it. The underlying feel of classism and racism is hard to look by as well.
What do you mean?
You gotta sack up, dog.
As for Kaz,
Saying dog doesn't make it racist.
I actually really like Jaden Smith in Kung Fu Kid. Certainly in this though.
Bro, if you're basing how much you like Jaden Smith off of Kung Fu Kid, you are missing his entire acting career. That was one movie that was a remake of a classic, bro. You literally cannot judge him off of that. He's an okay actor.
His voice acting of the main character Kaz is delivered with all the commitment, passion, and investment of an accountant's social convention.
People just can't get enough of other people standing on a red carpet.
I really don't give much leeway to pretentious shows, particularly high-budget shows with a very large team of people behind them. And so many characters in this show just felt annoyingly elitist and completely unrelatable. I personally felt something very inauthentic about Neo Yokio that made it almost excruciating to watch. And the 4th worst Netflix cartoon is
We'll see. I don't
Tarzan
know.
and Jane.
I don't think I want to hear this dude's criticism based on classism and racism. Like, I don't know. Maybe I got to see the show first, though. I'll check it out
Oh,
first.
this isn't a video brinquado
Also,
cartoon.
is anybody else bothered about? Is that considered an anime or a cartoon? Because I thought it was considered an anime. Is it an animation or is it a cartoon? Because I don't know.
No, we're just venturing into Netflix filler content. Nowadays,
Alright, this shit looks
too
trash.
many Netflix originals are being greenlit that have the animation of a second-rate mobile app game. Though the ambient sound and color palette on this one weren't that bad, even if it was ruined by the oversimplistic animation and poor storyboard. The story's basically a rehash of the Tarzan plot, except this time Tarzan gets superpowers.
Oh, okay. I'm down for that.
I smell something. Something odd.
You mean besides your feet?
The main crux of the story is unfortunately
You have
mainly
big
an
feet.
awkward teen drama. On the plus side, I appreciate that the writers took time to allow a scene to breathe in this one and build the atmosphere. And there's more of an underlying good intention and warmth to this cartoon. And the teen romance is kind of cute, if very awkward. And the third
Okay,
worst
alright.
Netflix
Some
cartoon
pluses on
is
that.
H2O Mermaid Adventures.
This shit
H2O
looks
feels
like,
a fine
you ever seen that show,
example of
Wix? That used to run? This shit looks like the mermaid version of Wix.
Thing not to do in an underwater animated adventure. Our poorly animated
Wait, are
Barbie
they
doll
walking?
Generica heroes look more typical than a Winx Club late season filler episode. The lip syncing is simply non-existent.
Relax, Cleo. You'll ace the interview. You know more about fish than all the Center's
Their
employees
lips
put
don't match
together.
up at
Our
all.
Barbie and Ken
Damn.
heroes have lifeless, blank staring eyes with randomly flapping mouths. Even Barbie looks more realistic than these characters. And the ocean moves more like a big blue lump of jello than, well, H2O.
Bro, we had a dude, when I played Raft, they were telling me they really like Raft because they judge shows based on how the water looks, or games. They judge the quality of the game based on the texture of the water. And the texturing of the Raft water before the update was awful. When the first version of the game dropped, the one that I played the first time on the channel, was terrible. And the later update, it was fantastic. But it's the same thing with this. The water's barely even drawn here.
Oh, they even walk like Barbie dolls. But anyway, our three
Damn, it's like-
dolls heroes
it's
come
like I
across
got
a
leg
deserted island when a
problems, bro.
magical light shines down upon them, magically turning Australia. I live here, and I know
Oh,
for
you're
a
from
fact that
Australia?
Aussie oceans are filled to the brim with animals that want to paralyze, amputate, eat, or kill you. If you're one of the 1 in 6 billion people who actually likes the idea of swimming at the bottom of the Australian Ocean with slimy, stingy, poisonous monsters, then, well, this cartoon was made for you. And you alone. I'm
You
sorry they didn't voice
alone?
act it or animate it very well for you.
Go pick on somebody your own
Yo,
size.
alright, that bothers me.
think the mermaids
That
need
actually
learn
bothers
some
me.
better.
And the
Alright,
second worst
this
Netflix
is
cartoon
officially
is
a list of cringy shit, bro.
Kong, King of the Apes. What do you get when you mush Donkey Kong together with Free Willy? Probably something a lot better than this. Where to start with Kong? Well, for one, all the dialogue is really
I've never even
awkward.
seen
like
these
something
shows.
was lost in translation from another language.
The poachers were shooting at him, so I had to help.
But oddly enough, this wasn't even translated, it was done in English. So have you seen Free Willy? If so, you already know exactly what happens in this movie. The innocent gorilla is being chased down by evil poachers who just
Are
want
those
money.
Nerf guns?
No way out.
They're hunting it with Nerf
The gorilla
guns.
comes across the innocent boy who promises to protect
Oh.
him, and they start growing a deep
Ran out of,
connection
you
between
forgot
boy
to
and
pick the
ape.
darts out of the tree, bro. That's how those work.
This way.
You have to pick them out of the tree when you shoot them.
Trust me. Hey, you need a name.
I wonder what the boy will possibly name him. Jeez, I feel like barfing. It's so sickly, saccharine, and stupid, and pandering,
Jesus,
and typical.
guy!
I hate this one. The
Come
script is
here to
full
get
of
your favorite
clunky
things
exposition
roasted.
dialogue, awkward exchanges, and oddly delivered canvas mixed together. Technically, this show is okay with steady character development and some feel to wanted to put this, because anyone could predict it. And before we get to number 1, I'd like to give some quick dishonorable and honorable mentions. F is for family. I really, really wanted to put this one on the list because I
Bro.
personally despise this show.
Dude, I've watched this show. Me and Skidden watched almost the entire show of this, and it seems like it's gonna be good. I just like it because it has Bill whatever in it, that comedian I really like is in it. But like the whole show seems like it's gonna get better every episode, and it just doesn't happen. I mean, it's just like, and I think that it was supposed to be based on his real life, and I think they kept really close to that. I just felt like they really wanted to keep that theme going, so it stayed really close to how the real story went. But I think they stayed too close to reality there. I think they should have really added a lot more to give the story, the whole story, more of a better feel to it. Because it just seemed like it dragged on forever. And some of these storylines like really weren't that interesting as far as this cartoon is concerned. Even though in real life or in stand-up comedy it might be absolutely hilarious, the show itself just seemed a little bit on the bland side compared to, like, you know, some of the other cartoons in its category.
Excessive vulgarity in adult animation is just such a bore to me.
Well, I don't know about this. I don't think that the was supposed to be necessarily excessive. I just think it was supposed to be, this is really how his family talked. And I think that's kind of what I'm talking about. Like, they didn't want to make the decision to cut out the vulgarity because it's real life for them. But they, on the macro scale, they definitely should have been like, all right, we need to tone down some of the cursing in the dialogue because it's taking away from the storyline. You know what I mean? And it's just little things like that they could have done all throughout the series and change around little things for the betterment of the storyline that would have made it feel a lot better. But I kind of liked it.
The show had an unpleasant, overly vulgar feel to it.
I kind of liked it.
Constant negativity, all under the guise of being realistic. Though I know, technically, this show is okay with steady character development and somewhat realistic scenarios, I guess. Although I don't like the spirit of it, I recognize the show is technically okay with an earnest, if rotten, heart behind it, so I reluctantly kept it off the list. Mr. Peabody
that one, hearing him do a lot of interviews about that show when he made it, it seemed like he really wanted them to keep the spirit of the show the same, because he knew when you make it into a cartoon, people are going to feel differently about it than they feel about it if it was like a live action show. But he really wanted that stuff to stay there. I think they gave him some of the same criticisms, but he was like, this is how the story went. So then when they drew it, I think they exaggerated a little bit in the setting, and they might have exaggerated a little bit in like how they acted out the stories, but I think he was really set on, these are my childhood stories, and this is how I want it to go. So that's pretty good.
I really wanted to like this one.
Same.
I enjoyed the old Mr. Peabody and Mr. Sherman cartoons. They had that same self-aware charm of Rocky and Bullwinkle, but this was more like watching a dreary sideshow on Fast Forward. I wanted to laugh, but the jokes just felt confusing, too quick, and ultimately flat. Big Mouth. I know I'm the minority on this, but I personally felt this cartoon was okay. Although their trailer was garbage, the show itself to me felt
the
like
one where the
an
girl talks to her vagina?
affectionate look back at puberty. Anyway, here we go. And the #1 worst Netflix cartoon is...
No, bro!
Magic School Bus rides again.
No, bro! I can't watch it, man. There's a lot more to video left, man. Go check it out on his channel. I wanted that to be good. I love the Magic School Bus, bruh. I'll watch it off camera. I'm fit to watch it right now. Go check it out on Phantom Strider's channel, man. In the description, of course. It's in the description down below. Shouts out to that guy. Did great work with this vid. Damn. Interesting, man. Damn. I'll see y'all later, man. Peace.